Everything that I'm about to cover in this video occurred in my life, mine and Sophie's joint life, over the past 8 days. So, as some of you guys know who've been watching this channel for, a little bit of time, you guys will know that me and Sophie adopted a stray cat and her litter of 5 beautiful little kittens. There are only 3 of them left, actually. If you're living in Sofia, Bulgaria, and you want to adopt a adorable little 10-week-old kitten, fully vaccinated and dewormed, let me know in the comments, goddammit. That's neither here nor there. Around 10 days ago is where this story begins. The kittens turned 8 weeks old. They turned 8 weeks old. They were ready to go in for their very first vaccination, to get their injections, and get them fully ready and prepped to be adopted. So, me and Sophie set off from our apartment. It's around a 25-minute walk, I want to say, to the veterinarians. We set off with around 30 minutes to spare, so good stuff. We're going to be well on time, right? So we're toddling along through the streets of Bulgaria. Our arms are actually killing us. These goddamn cats are heavy, because we had the mother cat as well. She was getting treated for like a lungworm parasite, and I had the kittens in my box, in my cat carrier, So Sophie's walking on ahead, and now I've got the kittens. And the kittens are being dead good. They're being good as gold. They're nice and quiet. They're all just snuggled up, right? It's kind of hot outside. I'm fucking sweating a little bit. I'm having to switch arm every time because my arm's killing me. And then all of a sudden, around halfway along the journey to the vet clinic, one of the kittens starts mewing real loud. Meow! Meow! Jesus Christ, meow! I was like, okay, what the fucking hell is going on? So, take a look in there, I don't really see anything. I guess he's just getting agitated. I suppose he just woke up from his nap, Keep on walking along. Meow! God damn it! So I'm like, fuck, man, there's something wrong going on here, man. One of them's got, like, their claw stuck, or, one of them really needs to pee or something. Like, I was thinking, that's worst case scenario, right? One of them needs to pee. What are we going to do? He might just have to pee in the carrier. We don't really have a choice. He's going to have to pee on his brothers a little bit. So I lift up the goddamn carrier, and I take my time this time, and I'm looking around, and oh god. There was barf everywhere, man. There was just vomit all over the place in this goddamn cat carrier, right? So what I think had happened is one of the cats, it was Chip, who was sounding the alarm. Meow, meow, Jesus Christ, meow, human help, puke everywhere, man. I think it was him, he was raging, because one of the kittens puked. Some of the kittens were like motion sick or something, in the goddamn cat carrier. So, oh fuck. What I think happened is one of the other kittens kind of looked over. Oh god. Oh, it's disgusting. And then he was fucking puking as well, and Chip's in there in the middle of all of them, like, meow. So poor Chip was sounding the alarm. Barf everywhere. We had to stop. We had to stop on our journey. Oh crap, okay, we might be a little bit late now for our appointment at the vet clinic. We stopped at the goddamn roadside, a little bit off from the roadside, maybe 20, 30 yards away from the roadside, little patch of grass. We have to kind of lift the lid off the cat carrier, and we've got some old KFC hand wipes that I've been keeping in the back of my backpack because I'm a stingy bastard and I won't throw anything away, so we're using those to kind of like just grab the vomit and just kind of like throw it out of the fucking carrier, and it's all in the blankets and stuff, and wipe the kittens down a bit, like, oh man. All of this is not including the fact that government employees were trimming the grass 10 yards away from us. Well, they started up the road, but by the time we were done and we were trying to put the kittens like back in the carrier and get the lid back on, they were basically right behind us. Fucking kittens shitting themselves, man. They were terrified, right? So we're like, oh crap, just get them back in. We start off again down the road, like, oh my god, man, they're never gonna want to come back out in the cat carrier again, man. After this, bath everywhere, we late, grass cutters popping off and shit. All right, man. So we continue on the journey. Fuck. What time? God damn, we've got like 5 minutes to get there, and we're 15 minutes away. Holy shit. So we keep on storming. We get there fast. I'm trying to hold the kitten steady. Don't want them to puke again, right? Don't want to get them little upset tummies. I guess they got a bit motion sick, which I can empathize with. I hear a pat in front of me. And you think, wow, that was a near miss. A bird nearly shit on me just there, So I'm looking around for like where the bird pat is. I don't see it. I hear another pat on the ground. Oh god. I saw it at the same time as I smelt it, right? Something dripping from Sophie's cat carrier out on ahead of me. Like I said, I smelt it at the same time as I saw it. It didn't smell good, man. And at the same time, I saw Sophie smell it as well. So she's getting this little frown on, she's looking around like, what the fuck is that, I was behind her, I was walking behind her, I just said, yep. And she looked back at me. No. I was like, oh yes, I'm afraid it is the case, We're not talking urine. We're not even talking bath. We are talking liquid feces. Dripping from Sophie's cat carrier, man. Just down on a goddamn busy-ass street. Fucking dripping down from the bottom corner of the cat carrier. The mother cat. Just shit everywhere, man. Now, bear in mind, we are around 5 minutes from the vet clinic at this point. We're already like 5 to 10 minutes late. Things are already going crazy. Sophie's already like pink in the cheeks. She's stressed out to fuck. She just looked at me and just said, I can't. I can't do this. I was like, Sophie? I was like trying not to laugh at the time because I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what was happening. I was like, Sophie, we don't have a choice. She was like, no, like, I literally can't. And as I got closer, like, okay, you're right. We need to do something. We can't walk in there like this, man. So we pull off in like some like drive-through, like an entryway to a kind of private car park. It's kind of secluded spot, or at least more secluded than being on the open road. And we set her down, right? We opened the top of the cat carrier. She was painted in excrement. Like, you can't even believe it. Both of her back legs, dude. Oh my god. It's like she just laid down and just thought, well, fuck it. It just sprayed everywhere. And we had no tissues to clean it. And it was in the blanket, and it was in the cat carrier, and it was all over her. And of course, Sophie is the biggest germaphobe ever, so she's fucking having a goddamn panic attack trying to clean this blanket, and, okay, just fold the blanket this way, we can cover it up, and it was just, like, squelching out everywhere. I was like, oh, God. I was like, okay, Sophie, out of the way, I can do this. I just fucking grabbed the blanket, chucked the goddamn blanket out. I was using, like, clean little corners of the blanket that weren't painted in maroon, so I could, like, kind of sweep the feces out of the bottom of the goddamn carrier, and oh my god. I just happened to bring a water bottle, actually, so we kind of tipped that over the ass end of Numpkin, of the mother cat, to try to just rinse her down a little bit. It wasn't that effective. She was pretty smeared in excrement at that point. I had shit all over my hands. I was like, okay, man. I just fucking washed my hands in a puddle, and Sophie was like, okay, go around to the vet clinic, because it was literally 20 seconds away by the time we were in this little alcove, you know. Go to the vet clinic and tell them that I'm on my way. Tell them that Numpkin has had an accident. And tell them, I was like, why do I have to go and tell them? So I went to go and tell them because, you know, I'm the guy in the relationship. So I went around there, toddling off to the vet clinic, walked in there. They were like, oh, is this, are we waiting for Numpkin as well? You know, is she expected to attend this appointment? I was like, well, she's pooped in a cat carrier. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. I was like, really? Like, oh yeah, they get like totally stressed all the time. It's totally normal, you know. They sometimes some of them pee, some of them get, you know, motion sick. Some of them just take a poop, you know. It's totally normal. So I'm like, woo! All right, man. Good stuff. So I'm waiting in the waiting room, and, you know, in comes Sophie, all fucking red in the cheeks at this point, you know. She's like preparing for the most mortifying experience of her life. But I'm like, okay, Sophie, it happens all the time, I told her. So like, okay, Numpkin and the kittens, Numpkin and the kittens. So we get summoned in, go into the room with the two cat carriers, and we're in the damn clinic. And the vet guy comes out and he's like, yeah, it smells like she's had an accident, you know. They're all very good in this vet clinic, man. All very, very lovely people, you know. They give us great service and all of that, considering we are expats, we're little immigrants in this country, and we don't really speak the language. And alright, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Took the lid off. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Now, honestly, even the vet was a little bit astounded at just the sheer volume of excrement in that cat carrier, dude. And that was still glued to the back of Numpkin. So they did good by her, man. They cleaned her ass off a bit and stuff. And, you know, we still had to wash her again by the time we got home. But, oh, man, that was embarrassing. So anyway, yeah, feces everywhere. They give us some clean blankets and stuff for her. And, well, we had to walk back home through the outskirts of Sofia, the capital city of Bulgaria, stinking of shit. And that's just part one of that day. We get home. The only thing we are waiting for before we can move into our new apartment is for the internet to be installed. I can't live without the internet. I literally cannot work or perform any of my usual leisure activities without the internet. So there was no way we were going to move into our new place until the internet was installed. They were due to install it the next day, so you know what, that's fine. Let's just catch up with some work tonight, and we'll start moving into the new place tomorrow. So we get fucking Numpkin in the shower, we hose her down a little bit, we exhausted, we sweating, man, we tired. And then we get a message from our boss. And the long and short of it is, he's been helping us with, you know, a lot of stuff where we're going to require some, you know, English to Bulgarian translations. Yeah, we have to be at the new apartment, which is like 20 minutes away, in 20 minutes, because the only time they can fit us in to install the internet Turns out to be right now. So we packed everything up. I was just about to start working for the day, and off we run out again. You know, all the cats just being washed of all their shit and vomit and stuff. We just had to fucking leave them, put them some food down, leave, go to the new place. Internet gets installed. Good stuff. At the very same time, in one fell swoop, they turned off the internet in our old place. So we have an apartment full of furniture, of computers, of our clothes, everything. We haven't even started moving yet. Only it doesn't have internet, so we have to start moving house on the same day, there and then, at like 5:30 p.m. So that same evening and the next like 3 or 4 days solid, we just spent ferrying things back and forth between the old and the new place. You know, no work, nothing like that. We got to relax a little bit for like a couple of hours every night and just, I don't know, watch some YouTube or whatever, I guess. But it was just like 8, 9 hours, 10 hours a day of goddamn hard labour, carrying tables. I tell you what, man, the hardest fucking thing to carry when you're moving house is like computer chairs, dude. They're so bottom heavy and so awkward and everything's spinning all over the place and shit. When you're gonna carry something like that for 20 minutes in one hand, man, that shit is goddamn irritating. So that happened. On the very last night that we moved, we packed a suitcase so heavy. This is the last suitcase that we packed from that goddamn place, right? Heavy as fuck. 11 p.m. at night. Carrying it down from the goddamn new apartment, getting out onto the road. The fucking wheel breaks off the goddamn suitcase, dude. And I mean, at that point, I was honestly just hysterical. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I didn't give a damn whether I was wheeling it or not. I was just dragging it through the streets of Sofia at fucking midnight. Like a fucking heavy goddamn cargo train was driving through the streets at midnight, you know? Curtains twitching and stuff, people looking out. I just looked at Sophie and I said, well, at least we learned something new today. I now know what the most annoying noise in the world is. That's the point at which we were at, man. So I had to fucking carry that all the way down. Eventually I got a bit too self-conscious, alright? And I just started carrying it. My goddamn, I had to stop like 7 times on the way, dude. My flesh was just coming away from my hands, man. And I haven't been to the gym in like 4 or 5 months. I actually just started back for the first time again today, so that's good. But I took a long time off the gym over winter, never got back to it. I regret that greatly. I was like totally out of shape during this whole moving process, and I felt it. Anyway, on the last day that we were to be in the apartment, we effectively spent like the full day cleaning stuff. Sweeping the floors, mopping the floors, wiping down surfaces, clearing everything out, dusting things, and all in all, you know what? We could have done a better job if we'd had more time. We just didn't manage our time that well. I spent a couple of days working where we maybe could have, you know, been up there getting a head start on that. But all in all, we did a pretty good job. We were exhausted, hands raw by the end of the day. It was like, alright, we've done good. We've left the place in the condition in which we received it. Now, it is pertinent to note, okay, this is like day 6 of the week, by the way. It is pertinent to note that this apartment was not faultless when we got it, okay? We're talking like small clicks in the couch where like someone had kind of scored it with a knife, or maybe a cat had had its claws in it at some point, and there were like handles that were falling off of cupboards and drawers and things like that, and all kinds of little things wrong with it, okay? But we thought to ourselves, you know what, we've literally left it in the condition in which we received it, save for like a table that could have been polished up a bit. Long story short, the next day, after we spent all day cleaning, our landlady shows up to inspect the apartment. So Sophie bailed on this one. She stayed back in this apartment to just be, you know, putting things away and cleaning up and things like that. A lot of things to put away, so, you know, totally understandable. So I go up to the apartment with our boss. And I'm up there, man, and the landlady arrives. So long story short, I end up being there for about it must have been about 4 hours, actually, in that damn apartment. The landlady shows up. She hated everything. We had ruined her perfect apartment in her fragile mind. Apparently we had broken the handles on the cupboards. Apparently we and Luna had urinated all over the bed, which we actually disproved on the same day with photographic evidence supplied to us by the broker, by the way, which was kind of funny. But long story short, we destroyed the place. She didn't even like the fact that we had fiber optic internet installed in the place. She didn't like the wire going across the ground. It's like, we've literally upgraded your goddamn dog budget apartment to be compatible with fiber. what the hell is wrong with you, you know? And it was not intrusive. She was just completely unreasonable. It got to the point where she opened a drawer. And you know when someone's put like damp clothes in the drawer and it leaves like a kind of damp patch on the wood? It had obviously been there since before me and Sophie ever moved in. She opened the drawer, looked at that damp patch, and just looked at me like this. I just started laughing. I couldn't withhold my disbelief. And that's when I just had to leave the room. At that point, I was probably just doing more harm than good. She'd called me a lie. I don't speak the language, by the way. I could sense that she'd called me a liar at least 11 times in the past like 30 minutes. And you know when someone's pointing at you when they're speaking? They keep on pointing at you like that and pointing at you like that? I never used to really consider that rude. I'm quite a thick-skinned person. I just don't let things like this bother me. That's what a lifetime of working on YouTube does to you, you know? You get a thick skin like that. So being pointed at, it's like whatever to me, you know? Well, it turns out that even I have a threshold for what it takes for me to just get pissed. At the amount of times that someone's gonna point at me, man. We're talking like 40 times. At least 40 times, man. And she was in my face as well. I was like, man, I've never thought myself the kind of person to actually want to physically harm an elderly woman. But, dude, if you'd been there, and you'd seen it, and you were in my shoes, holy shit, man. It was just best that I just fucking left the room, because I was getting seriously irritated. Anyway, man, yeah, TLDR, complete goddamn horror story, dude. She was even trying to blame us for a fucking leak in the wall where a pipe literally within the wall exploded, man. Like, it's not like me and Sophie was swinging around on the damn shower cables, you know what I'm saying? Fucking pipe leak in the wall, we told within 6 hours. Or apparently, you know, we are somehow liable for that because we didn't report it to her until the water was up to our knees, and all this just drivel, you know. So she's trying to keep the full deposit. And now our boss has like got a personal vendetta against her, and you know he's threatening to sue her and all of this shit, and that made her sit down a little. Well, yeah, I mean that's just a whole thing that's ongoing. We honestly have no expectations of you know getting our deposit back at this point in time. Maybe by the time I post this video, I'll be able to actually let you know how that turned out. So that's a whole goddamn disaster. Man, that was aggravating. And then around yesterday, just to really close off the week with a bang, we woke up in the morning, kittens had shit beside their litter tray, Numpkin had urinated on Sophie's backpack, and the washing machine drainage pipe unplugged, resulting in the entire washroom and the hallway beside me here being submerged in about 1 inch of water, which we had to mop up. Luckily we spotted that one quickly. It was just a matter of kind of refixing the pipe to the back of the goddamn washing machine, and we got to keep a close eye on it now. But I was just like, man, our lives, dude. Like, seriously, at that point it was just getting ridiculous. So that is why I've been so quiet on this channel for the past couple of weeks. And, you know, the past week as well, even on the gaming channel too. Things have just been absurd. And of course, we're planning a trip back to the UK in about a week. So not only are we trying to catch up on work hours that we missed while moving apartment, but we're also trying to work ahead a little bit for, you know, the span of time which we're going to be abroad, which we're going to be visiting family in the UK too. So things have just been goddamn ridiculous, dude. And I don't really know where I'm going with this video. I like to end these videos on a positive, and everything worked out, you know. Well, I guess it kinda did. This has made me appreciate the good times. It made me appreciate normality. And dude, I could use some normality in life right about now. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this little story time about the most disastrous feces-smeared week of my life. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're all having a better time of late than I am. What am I talking about? I'm still happy as Larry. I don't let life get me down. There you go, man. We're ending on a positive. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. If things are going badly, don't worry, man. Things, generally speaking at least, get a little bit better over time. Or you get stronger for it. So, yeah. Ta-ra.